Welcome to this week's episode of In the Ruck of It, where we discuss all things SA Rugby. Rassie is pissed off and he has every right to be. There's also been a lot of talk about Kolisi and whether he should or shouldn't be the team captain. So let's not waste any more time and get straight into the ruck of it. And remember, you can support this channel by hitting that subscribe button and liking this video. You can also hit the notification button if you want to know when we post a new video. Now, every Springbok selection always causes division among South Africans. If you ask 10 South Africans for their starting 15, you are guaranteed to have 10 completely different teams. Beyond that, the debate as to whether Kolisi should captain the side is never ending. A few weeks ago, an article by Mark O'Hain about whether Kolisi should start for the Boks or not, in my opinion, added fuel to this fire. The same Mark O'Hain who also believes that Duane Vermeulen, a player who hasn't had a single minute of game time since undergoing ankle surgery, can automatically slot right back into the starting lineup in the last test against the Lions. If I look at the banter on social media, many of you also believe that Marco van Staden, Kwagga Smith and even young Evan Roos can replace Sia in that number 6 jersey. There are also those who believe that Sia is a quota captain, with Duane being the real captain. I remember in 2009 hearing similar arguments from the Bulls, where John Smith was considered the face while Victor Matfield was the actual captain of the side. My biggest issue with this debate is that it is not presented objectively, with detailed stats arguing either way. Neither does it provide contrasting stats for alternative players who would be better suited for the position. It is impossible for any one of us to honestly say that we have no bias towards certain players, and to say otherwise would be disingenuous. At the end of the day, we live in South Africa, a country with a long history of racism, and yes, we've come a long way, but healing is a long and hard process. Does this mean that you cannot criticize a black player? Of course not. But if Mark O'Hain, a white male, if he opens up a debate about the validity of the first South African black captain in a completely subjective manner without any cold hard facts, then you cannot play victim and ask us to, quote, read the lines and don't go looking for racial conspiracies of encrypted code. Doing this does not benefit you or SA Rugby in the end. Looking at the starting back row players from 2019's World Cup, based on South African media reports, one would assume that Pieter-Steph du Toit was by far the best back rower, with Duane Vermeulen, his experience and strength leading the team, while the sad story of how Kolisi came from nothing to being the South African captain brought inspiration to the World Cup. If we rather focused on the World Rugby stats, we would however see that both Pieter-Steph du Toit and Kolisi both scored 1 try, with Pieter-Steph du Toit taking the first place for number of tackles made. Duane Vermeulen takes the lead for runs and carries and meters made, while he ties with Sia for conceding the fewest handling errors. However, when it comes to passes, clean breaks, defenders beatens, tackles success, tackle rate, Kolisi comes out on top every time. Looking at these stats and understanding the role each of these players are required to fulfill, these stats totally make sense. I am not saying that Sia should be selected for this side based on World Cup stats, nor am I saying that the likes of Duane Vermeulen or du Toit are not worthy. What I am saying is, when writing an article, which you must know will be controversial, just do the work, present your facts, make an objective argument. Looking at how the ref undermined Sia over the weekend is no surprise to me, because we as South Africans, we've given him permission to do that. It is time to put our biases aside and get behind our Boks and their captain. Please feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. And once again, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification button. It helps us out a lot. Thank you again for watching, and thank you for supporting SA Rugby.